Hello everyone, Cheshire the Cat on the scene. A chill in the air, skeletons coming out of the closet. It's that wonderful time of year where all the pumpkins are getting carved and the scary games are fresh in season. Ladies and gentlemen, Cheshire the Cat on the scene with Anna, the extended edition. So this is a game that I actually played back when I first got Steam, like back in high school. And I remember this one being a lot of fun. Hold on, I'm going to just close this menu because it keeps popping up. There we go. So this is a scary game with multiple endings, and I wanted something to fill in for the rest of October now that Resident Evil is over. As for what this game is about, let's just jump on in. It gives you context as it continues on, I promise. So let's try to get a good 8 episodes out of this one, shall we? I do remember the puzzles being absolutely bizarre. I still recall the ecstasy of the sun piercing through the trees. While hours passed along, with the chanting of the wind blowing across the mountains. I hoped that I had forgotten you, forever and ever. Anna, my love. This is the house that keeps appearing in my nightmares. No doubt about it. I could count every single crevice. How did I end up here anyway? I feel as if I walked here in a trance. But now, I'm past the gates. I must figure out why I keep dreaming about her. I'm in dire need of answers. Alright, so this is actually a puzzle-solving horror game. Oh man, that mouse is really sensitive. Can I change that? Pretty sure I can. Options. Mouse invert axis off, yeah, no. Subtitles on, anti-aliasing on, ambient occlusion. Mouse speed. Yeah, I want to lower that a bit. I'm also going to lower the music volume some. Just because that's driving me nuts. Alright, back to the game. So let's see what we got here. Eye-shaped notch. I believe it's left kick. What a magnificent carving. Despite its simplicity, the etching is masterfully crafted. There's something inside. Little boulder. It looks broken. Maybe I can fix it somehow. So yeah, our first puzzle. Sorry, I'm going to move the mouse back a bit so I can move the keyboard back a bit. Or the mouse, the mic. Our first puzzle is just to get inside. Oh, I don't remember there being a side door here. It's closed. Maybe it's possible to open it from the inside. Oh, if I want to get out right away. A little string. It's tying up the doors. It shouldn't be that hard to cut it. Was it Tab? E? Q? What was the inventory button? Input. I's inventory. C is crouch. Cigarette lighter, folding knife, empty canteen, notebook, mobile phone. Mobile phone. No signal. Besides, wait, what? Besides, I'm in no mood. Perhaps for the best, since I'm in no mood to speak with anyone. Hunting knife on the little string. Done. I cut the rope. I'll bring it with me. Let's open the door, shall we? Oh, that's right. I have to hold it. Oh, that is creepy cracked wall. No way I can make it with my bare hands. So I need to find like a rock or something. I know the pebbles actually do bear a use. And I want to collect everything that I can around here. God, it's been so long since I played this, I forgot how beautiful the music was. Pile of rocks, assorted rocks scattered across the ground. I think I can move them. Wooden branch. I know I want the wooden branch, and I know that I also want like a pine cone. There are some flowers in this pile of rocks. Someone must have stacked them like this on purpose. Flat pebble, dirty object. Oh, yeah. Alright, hold on. I believe... Yeah, there's a brook. The water is pristine and inviting. Gazing at its crystal clear surface almost makes you thirsty. I want to put the empty canteen, the water, the flask is full. And then I also want to put the dirty object to the brook. I've cleaned it with water. It's some piece of gear. How did it wind up on those rocks? Oh, they actually changed that puzzle. Interesting. Puzzle. I've already got one. The window is bolted firmly shut. There's no way to pass through here. Now, I believe I can take the pebble, the eye-shaped notch. Yep. I can't reach it. Oh! But with the branch I could. Right? No? The branch and the string. Can I throw a rock up at it again? These are probably going to be a series of short episodes, and if that ends up being the case, I'm really sorry. I don't need it anymore. It won't budge. Well, shoot. No way I can break it with my bare hands. Well... Oh! Alright, let's see what we got here. Dry branch, a dry wooden branch. It looks pretty sturdy. I can't see jack, so... What now? It's a rather strange mechanism. It seems to be missing some parts. That's what I need the gear for. I can't reach it. Yeah, I know I can't reach it. Why can't I? Gear piece. Why can't I just use the branch to knock it out? Boy, it's been a while. I'll have to check out those documents later. Game having a conniption there? Okay. Shoot. How am I supposed to get that gear out again? I think there is, like... Pebble. I don't need it anymore. Okay, look. So it's closed. It might be possible to open it from the inside. So, I mentioned this earlier. There are multiple endings to this game because you can escape from the house at multiple points, and all of them lead to a different ending. The thing is, if you want to get the whole story, you have to... Oh, broken water wheel. You do have to play it all the way through to the end if you want to know the story of our main character. However, interestingly enough, that ending is not the canonical ending. It just gives you all the details, which I think is actually kind of cool. And that's going to be the ending that I choose to go for, is the all the way to the end. Can I, like... Huh. Is there a ladder or something that I can... Okay, maybe I can fix it somehow. Yeah, I gathered that much. Why is it not letting me... Wait, there's something inside. Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. So, hold up. Wooden brand. Can I combine the wooden branch with myself? Myself. I mean, I think that's actually the answer to one of the puzzles. I can't reach it. Well, shoot. And my editor's away for a while, so I'm gonna be editing these on my own. I don't know how he does the speed thing he does. Maybe I can figure it out. Now, why... Can I, like, set the vines on fire? No. Oh, wait, why would I? Why would I want to burn this place to the ground? Ah, how refreshing. Okay. I think I'll want to put out the fire before I start turning the device. Pile of rocks. Oh, I can hold it. Just not for very long. Can I, like... use this to... no? Maple leaves. I'll take one. I wonder if it's supposed to be like a grave. Okay, what can I do with the maple leaf? Am I supposed to, like, use the maple leaf on that? No? Maybe with that? Or with the string? Alright, hold up. Let's see if I can't... documents. Oh, I'm not seeing the documents because I don't have any. Notebook. How did I end up here? This is a sawmill I keep seeing in my dreams, but I don't understand. Am I awake or am I still asleep? In my dreams, I'm always outside the fence, but not this time. I want to find out what's hidden here. This one's maybe her too. Yeah, we know that. I can't sleep. I've got a splitting headache. I'm writing just so I can survive through the discomfort. Anesthetics have been useless so far. The few moments of relief are always followed by sharp stabs of agony. While in bed, I roll my head, trying to find a position that might stop or mitigate the pain, yet it's all been hopeless. When I close my eyes, it sounds like I hear the noise of foliage caressed by the wind, as if they were composing a symphony using my sore bones. It looks like I can see images from that scene. Sky and mountains. Oddly enough, my vision is blurred, but despite the fact that I don't recognize the place, I have a feeling that I've already been there. This migraine must be playing tricks on me. I despise the mountains, and I would never wish to go there. The few times I've gone up to the mountains, I didn't stay for more than a single day. I never ventured into the woods, nor gone on hiking trails. I must rest my head upon a pillow. I'm feeling faint from the pain. Today's lesson shocked them. When I told them how it was common for a knight in the Middle Ages to rape poor country women, they would happen to meet walking along the streets. Some of them stared at me. Girls in particular seemed to guess and disturbed, as if I were telling them a fictitious story. Nevertheless, this is many an old song, usually not to be found in anthology schoolbooks, extolling this practice and even glorifying rape as a privilege of knighthood towards women of subordinate classes. In summation, knights would romantically kneel before damsels and unleash themselves upon young shepherdesses. It was worse still, and when I told that in some alpine communities rape was even a means to marriage, beyond any formality, the raped woman was bound to become the bride of her abuser. Life wasn't easy back then, and there wasn't much time for courtship. Such behavior may seem revolting nowadays, viewing it from a modern perspective. Yet what's even more terrifying is how human beings have forgotten the memory of those perpetrated horrors and how they tend to willingly ignore them when put before their very eyes. So our guy's a teacher. Struggling with feelings of disgust by the topic of said lesson I have taught yesterday, some of the students have begun giving me the title of Professor Pervert. If that bloody headache hadn't returned, I'd even laugh at such a stupid and unimaginative nickname. Today, something peculiar happened. While I was searching for some stuff, just some souvenirs, I guess, amid a mess of old cardboard boxes in the cellar, I noticed an unfamiliar box half buried among the others. I often go down to the basement, but I had never noticed this one before. I didn't recognize it, therefore I immediately decided to find out what was inside. Reaching it wasn't an easy task. I had to move a couple of big boxes full of ethnic junk to clear my way through. Why do I keep all this garbage? But eventually, I managed to take it out of that heap. I found some photos inside. They had been placed in a makeshift envelope made out of sheets of manila paper tied with twine. A note on the package which had turned completely yellow, and the note was written, Deis Valley. Those photos can't be mine. I've never been to that place. In truth, I've never been to the Aosta Valley region at all. I don't know why, but discovering those photos filled me with unease. I brought them home, but I haven't found the courage to look at them yet. I woke up several times tonight. Each time I walked past the envelope containing the photos, convinced that I would open it. I always refrained from doing so. The headaches have returned, stronger than ever, with those visions of trees. In the moments of intense pain, I believe I even heard a voice, or was it perhaps whistling? I can't sleep anymore. Why haven't I found the courage to look at those photos? Today I gave a terrible lecture, for I was in a gloomy mood and my students took notice of it. I often jabbered gibberish rather than teaching. I've become aware of it, but I wasn't able to get a firm grip on myself. My thoughts were jumbled in my mouth. I don't know why, but I can't stop thinking about those photographs. During every single instant of the day, they say I suddenly began to fix my gaze upon the co-ed ladies. Marco, my assistant, told me that I stood frozen like that for an entire minute in complete silence. He said I had an absent stare. What does that mean? Luckily, I pulled myself together and continued talking as if nothing had happened. I can't remember anything. It was like a kind of blackout in my coherent stream of consciousness. The Mother Goddess. I gave a lecture on this particular topic today. When I introduced the concept of viscera piscis, they all burst into laughter. One immediately pointed out that it looked out like a vagina. I hope I don't get in trouble for this. I complimented his observation, explaining that he wasn't wrong, and it, in fact, symbolized maternity in general, and that each of us originates from here. I also explained that in the Middle Ages, the viscera piscis was called mandorla. Also called mandorla, was used to frame holy pictures of God. Again, they burst out laughing. They still don't fully realize that the attempts of removing sexuality from culture is quite a recent scourge. Yeah, it really is, actually. Then I told them about the trapezoid, 3 interlocked spirals, the 3 crescent moons, and other symbols they seemed particularly interested. At the end of the class, I handed out photocopies of the hymn to Isis, and spoke about the role of women in ancient civilizations. Often considerably different symbols encompass similar concepts. If it weren't for the headache, it would have been a perfect lesson. Huh. See, I don't remember any of this. This is stuff that's been added. The last time I played this game was like 10 years ago, so some of this is new. And actually has me a little worried. Hymn to Isis. Because I am the first and the last, I am venerated and the despised one. I am the prostitute and the saint. I am the bride and the virgin. I am the mother and the daughter. I am my mother's arms. I am the sterile one, yet my children are numerous. I am the married woman and the unmarried one. I am she who gives birth, she who has never given birth. I am the consolation for the pains of childbirth. I am the bride and the groom. And it was my man who nurtured my fertility. I am my father's mother. I am my husband's sister, and he is my rejected son. Respect me always, as I am the scandalous and magnificent one. The photos, god damn it, I can't look at them. I simply collapsed. I couldn't even enter the classroom. I found myself lying on the ground, my head between my hands with a swarm of students surrounding me and asking whether I was feeling well. The voices became noise and then nothing. I woke up at a hospital. According to the medical staff, it wasn't a heart attack, nor a stroke, nor a nervous breakdown. It was as if I switched myself off, but without going into a coma. Pardon the yawn, this is a lot of reading. I've been admitted for 3 days, but all the tests have led nowhere. Ultimately, the doctors merely recommended that I rest for a bit, and prescribed me a more substantial diet than the one I had been following. The provost agreed that... Provost? I don't know what that is. Agreed with that and granted me 5 weeks off, instead of 2 recommended by my physician, just in time for the closure of the academic year. My assistants will handle the examinations. The trees, an old crone who talks with wolves, then the woods, the wind, 2 peaks, a creek, and a building that looks like it was wedged into a motionless world as ancient as the earth itself. The sun wraps around everything. The clouds are walking across the valleys, and the silence of time slips by in immensity to which I abandon myself. Everything fades away as the morning approaches. I'm dominated by an inkling of vagueness. I feel my body is growing heavy like a boulder. I didn't get any benefit from the 3 days of absolute rest, and the photos still wrapped up on the table. Marco visited me today. He reported on how things are going back at the university. Sitting at a small table, I made the pretense of observing him and paying attention to what he was saying. I asked him if he wanted some coffee. He nodded and told me he would help himself. "You should rest," he said, raising a smile, smirking. "I told you numerous times not to address me in such a polite way," I replied, letting him do so. A few moments later, he returned from the kitchen carrying a little tray with 2 coffee cups. He's so clumsy. He stumbled, spilling the hot coffee on the package with the photos inside. Everything happened as quick as a flash. Regaining his balance and realizing what he'd done, he opened the envelope and removed the stained pages, allowing the liquid to pass through it. Without uttering a word, he handed me the photographs while he cleaned. As soon as I held them in my hands, I felt shivers run through my whole body, and that uneasy feeling that hasn't abandoned me during the past weeks turned into horror. The first image showed 2 mountains. With a choked voice, I whispered, "Castor and Pollux." Amazed that I recognized them, I began to browse through the photos after cleaning the mess. Marco came closer to gaze at those old photos with me. "Why have some of them been torn?" he asked. "No clue," I replied in a huff for no reason. I can't even recall having been in those places. Unfortunately, there was no doubt some of the torn photographs also featured me. There were shots of several locations. Pirisek, Champalak, Palaz. When was I there? Who was with me? Why were those photos ripped apart? Filled with questions, I no longer needed Marco. So after a couple of minutes, he fabricated some excuse I didn't even hear so that he could take leave. I flipped through the photos more and more fervently, as if they were a dream sequence which I was seeking to make sense. Only after many hours did I stand up from the chair to lay the photos on the table, and only then did I notice that one of the photographs had fallen to the ground underneath it. It must have fallen when Marco removed them from the envelope to save them from the coffee. I picked it up, looked at it for a few seconds, and then fell upon the floor, limp as a corpse. The old sawmill that I'd seen in the photo appeared to me in my dreams. I reached it, but I couldn't go nearer. I wasn't able to enter the surrounding fence, as if it were an invisible barrier. When I saw her, I was caught in a trance. Now as then, she was on the doorstep, and her immense beauty illuminated the orneric walls in which I was imprisoned. Good time music. She seemed sad, and didn't talk to me. When I came round again, soaked in the morning sun, my doubts were gone. I must go to Dias Valley, or better should I say, return to. I'll bring a few things with me, and this notebook, where I hope I'll be able to write about how this crazy story ends. Anna, how could I forget you? Wow, that was a novel and a half. So that's everything that led us up to this point, and I still don't know how to get this gear out of the eye. Okay, so let's look around and see if there's... Because originally the puzzle was that you had to clear out a section of the brook using the branch, by moving a boulder. I really don't know what I'm possibly missing. Is there something I can do to interact with the branches of the trees? This is lovely, though. For a game that's 10 years old, this is actually really beautifully made. Don't need the pebble anymore. Can't get around the rock. Am I not able to, like, move this? Do I have to get, like, right under it? No? I had to pass through here. Well, I broke the glass. What about the glass? Am I about to risk that? What, can I use, like, can I use my knife to just kind of knock it out? I already tried the... Oh! Did it just not register? Well then, never mind. Here, they fit together perfectly, but I need something to hook them up. And that's where I take the string to tie them together. The gear has been fixed now. So now, a rather strange mechanism. It seems to be missing some parts. That's where I get the repaired gear. Should work now. And I'm going to take full on the dry branch now. Oh, the creaking sound. But now... Whoa! I'm in. But I think this is going to be... if someone still live here. I think this is going to be where I call this an episode. So I can separate these by area, and that makes it easier for me to follow. So I will see you guys next time on Anna. Until then, bye-bye.